Hey everyone, if you followed my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of those, you've probably heard me talk about Banned Books Week in the last couple weeks and months actually. Um, Basically, I wanted to come on here today and just give you a little information about what that is, and then one other thing, maybe two other things, before the end of the video. So first is just to give you a little bit of idea of what Banned Books Week is. Basically, the American Library Association has set aside this week, September 24th through the 30th, I believe it is, to announce and to get out the word about where books are being challenged, where they're being banned, where people are trying to get some novel, nonfiction book, whatever it may be, out of a library because in some way or another it offends them, they don't think it needs to be in the library, or some other reason. And it can be anything from the story has sexual content that they don't think is appropriate, or language they don't think is appropriate, or advocates for a particular religious viewpoint or something of that sort. And so the American Library Association uses this week to get out information about books that are being banned, to try to get people to stand up for their right to read and to stand against censorship, whether it's in public schools, libraries, or wherever it may be. And so you may have saw some of my posts with quotes from authors like Ray Bradbury, Oscar Wilde, and some others as well, about censorship. And that this week that has been what those quotes are for, promoting this event and standing up against censorship. Another thing that I'm doing, and that I've asked other people to do as well, is to read a banned book, or a challenged book at least. And there's tons of them. The list is quite large, unfortunately. So what I did is I took the top 10 list and I chose one off of that list. The author that I chose, the book that I chose, I've not actually ever read anything by him before. He's well known. He's wrote several books, at least one which has been made into a movie, I think two actually, of young adult books. I chose Looking for Alaska. It's Jordon Greene's Looking for Alaska. It's a young adult story. It's a coming-of-age tale. It's definitely not what I would normally read. Typically, I would read thrillers or horror or something like that. But I also do like young adult. Don't get me wrong. I love Mary Lou. Her books are amazing, and she's young adult. But this is my first book from him, and so I decided I'd read that book for Banned Books Week. So I started it last week because I'm a little bit slow when it comes to reading, unfortunately. So I thought I'd get a head start to make sure I got done in time. And I actually got done early, so that's why I'm actually making this video today, because I finished reading Looking for Alaska this afternoon, on lunch while I was at work. And I wanted to give you a little bit of a review on it, just a little bit of what I thought. The story basically follows a teenager in high school named Miles, who they call Pudge in the story, at a boarding school. It's him going off because he wants something more. He doesn't fit in. He doesn't have a lot of friends. He doesn't. He's not one of the cool kids and so forth. And regular high school is just not doing it for him. And so he goes off to boarding school to try to find what he calls the great perhaps, to find something more. And the story basically is him with his friends, finding friends and then developing relationships with a guy, one named the Colonel, Takumi Lara, and then the book's namesake in Alaska. It's a sad story. It's both a coming-of-age tale, a tragedy. It's funny. It's got a little bit of everything in it, but it's a great story. I can see why some might not necessarily want it in schools. And that's fine, and such for each individual parent to make that decision for their child. But when it comes to trying to ban it so that others can't read it, even if their parents don't mind, that's where you've crossed the line. I mean, even if you do just not want your child to read it, it can, depending on the child, make them want to read it more, and try to find it outside of class or so forth. But either way, banning it entirely is just it's wrong. And so this book, it's one of those on the ban list. As for a rating, I would give it a 5 easily, maybe more if I could. I genuinely liked it. It was an extremely good story. Honestly, it's probably in my top, my favorites now. I don't know if I have a top 10 or what, but it's definitely my favorites. It's extremely good. So I mean, if you like young adult at all, pick it up. I think you'll enjoy it. So just Looking for Alaska by Jordon Greene. Before I go though, I would like to put in a little plug. If you're not aware, last Tuesday my last short story came out. It's called The Maze, and it's not just your average horror story. It's what we call an extreme horror story. So if you like blood and guts, you like Saw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Hostel, stuff like that, take a look on my website. It's absolutely free if you read it on my website or if you download it from my website. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to purchase anything. You can go straight to my website at jordongreene.com and you can find it there 100% free. Now, if you just want to, you just feel generous, and you want to go buy it on Amazon, I'm not going to stop you. So, you have that option. And of course, if you want it in paperback, you can go on Amazon. You can get it there as well. But, check it out, though. And if you enjoy it, please leave me a review on Amazon. Tell me what you think. I love hearing it whenever you enjoy the books. And, helps me get better, to write better and so forth when you give me constructive criticism or when you just say you like it. Good with me too. But otherwise, be sure to check that out. Be sure to pick up Looking for Alaska by Jordon Greene. You still got 3 days in Banned Books Week, so you got 3 more days to pick it up. And of course, you don't have to read it during Banned Books Week. You can read it anytime you want. So pick it up. I think you'll enjoy it. And don't forget to pick up The Maze either. Thank you. Have a good day.